Alright, Curly 2K3 here once again from MacDev. Gonna show you the difference between the Droid and the clone drivetrains. So, first up we'll go with the original, the Droid. If you don't know this marker, basically it's got the front section, which houses the bolt, and that's for the most part the most important part up there. You have a back, you have a power tube, and then you have a joiner that holds the valve in the keg. That's that, right there. That's the entire drivetrain, which people seem to make a giant fuss over O-rings and how it's complicated for some odd reason, which it really isn't. So I don't know what it's all about personally. This is the clone one. Everything's here sans a power tube. Bert didn't send me one, so I don't have it in mine. It's the same. It's got the front with the bolt. This one has a joiner, a little mini joiner instead of a big keg. It's just a floating seal. Valve is shorter. I'll show you the differences in that in just a minute. And then the power tube on this one is actually a little bit different. Mind you that I don't have O-rings on these parts right now just because they're spares and I just tossed them together to show difference. Normally there would be a power tube just like that one. It's redesigned, it's a little bit shorter, and it's got different airflow. But I, again, don't have one on me, so it's not in this video. Here's the difference with the back tube. It's got the cap spot for it, for your nice turning back cap, for quick and easy removal. Alright, so the difference is, the bolts are almost identical. All this is basically a gold bolt that's been anode black just because it's already the newest incarnation. Until there's some kind of issue or reason to redesign it, I don't foresee it being a problem ever. The bolt kegs, as you can see, the new one is longer, but at the same time, it replaces the joiner that would typically be at the back. So it's actually shorter. The actual space itself for the air passages around the bolt are larger. It weighs less. The O-rings are skinnier, so they have less drag. They redid the air porting holes, so you don't have to have that pesky locating screw that everyone complains about and loses. These are basically the two joiners. Here are the valves. Again, this does not have O-rings on it currently just because. But as you can see, it is skinnier. The walls are thinner. And the cup design on the inside. This is a version 2 valve. They actually have 6 low ports now instead of 2. Just like that. There we go. And then the valve kegs, again, to remove the locating screw, now have large slots instead of multiple little holes. Back caps, for the most part, very similar, except for it has the ability to have the quick and easy removal. To put them back together, we'll start with the clone because it's newer and people are going to be more interested. Take the bolt, put it in, take the joiner, put it on the back of the bolt. Take the keg and the valve, you'll have this lube so the O-rings look nice and shiny. Put that in. Screws on. You normally put the power tube in, so we'll just pretend like we did that. Screw on the back. Toss some lube on the outer O-rings. Slide it back in the gun. You're good to go. Okay, the Droid, it's the exact same thing. It's just a little bit thicker O-rings, a little bit bulkier. It's the original gun. Okay, again, bolt goes in. Joiner goes on, holes to the back. Set that down. Take the valve. Goes in basically one way. Screw that on. Take the power tube. Toss it on through. You should feel the seals. They should feel nice and good, but they should be smooth at the same time. Put the back. That's it. Those are the two drivetrains. Yeah, if you have a leak down the barrel, that's the tip of the power tube, just replace that O-ring. It's probably nicked or gouged. If it sounds like it's leaking out of the solenoid, that is a valve issue. Replace the O-rings, re-lube it, check for cracks, nicks, check for a broken valve itself, replace if necessary. Re-lube, make sure you don't over-lube. They should look like they're wet, and that's about it. Like this O-ring, they should look wet. They shouldn't have to have any more than that. If you under-lube, you'll rip O-rings, you'll have stick issues, etc., etc. You could also have leaks because it'll prematurely wear down the O-rings. That's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, comments, whatever, shoot me an email, chris.kelly@macdevmilitia.com. Curly2K3 on Paintball Nation. You can send me a message, or you can comment on the YouTube video. All right, have a good one.